Hey guys, how's it going? Brad here, and we're playing Battle for Azeroth, and we're in Ny'alotha. We're in Raid Wing 3, which just started earlier this week at the time of recording this, and it's called The Gift of Flesh. So I'll jump right in. This is my very first run through playing this particular wing. Usually I give it a run through early just to familiarize myself with the battles and then jump right in, but I've been having issues getting into this because of queue times, so I'm just going to run it and see what happens. Basically, it's just people not accepting the queue and stuff like that. It happened multiple times in the last few days. So I plan to reveal this video or to post this video days ago, and there's no way I could do it. Just not enough hours in a day. So this is LFR, not heroic, not normal, so it's a little bit more forgiving, but it doesn't mean necessarily it's easy. Okay, so this is the entrance, this pit in the center. I guess we have to jump into the pit. Oh, there's a ramp. I see. So far so good. Even the trash is pretty easy to kill, which is very unusual for most wings. Okay, so we have a bit of a rough start here. We had a bunch of people leave after those 2 bad pulls against trash. I'm still not sure what happened there. It didn't appear that we were getting heals at all, so I'm not really sure what the healers were doing. Because I was watching everyone's health and no one was being healed.
You enter as parasites, but will feed thy perfection.
Okay, so this boss is Shad'har the Insatiable. Alright, so use any abilities you have to reduce the damage taken from debilitating spite, or spit. So I get covered in vile spit, inflicting 7,000 damage every 1 second for 5 seconds. Okay, so my drain life can handle that. Upon expiration, the spit jumps to new targets, giving each new target half the previous total amount of stacks. So when it hits me, I get 4 applications. When it jumps, it does 2 applications to who it jumps to. And then when it jumps again, it does 1 application. So it weakens as it persists. And void his breath attacks. Okay, so just the tank has to keep him turned away from us unless he turns at us. And then move away from other players if targeted by a living miasma, which is pools around the room coalesce into living miasma, which fixate on random targets. When they reach their target, they cast Slurry Outburst, which is an explosion inflicting 139,000 damage to all players. Being further from the caster reduces the damage taken. So it looks like when you're targeted by these, you have to move away from the group, taking it with you. That seems like what you have to do. So that's what I'm going to try to do here. And somebody else in the group said avoid the water. Do not go in the water when the battle initiates. But someone corrected him saying don't go in the water even before the battle, take the portal. Alright, so we have to stay on this circular area. This room is cool. Okay, so avoid his breath attack. If he turns towards me, I'm going to try to get out of the way. We got a couple of sarcastic people in the group too saying just play the way you want. Doesn't quite work that way in LFR. It's chaotic enough. Okay, so if he turns to do the breath attack, get out of the way. I'm assuming he may turn. Hopefully he's going to do it on the tank, so that only one person's getting hit by it. And I don't know the effects, what these effects look like. So the slimes, those are obvious. They're living miasmas. I'll see them when they pop up, and I'll definitely know when I'm targeted. Yeah, but the debilitating spit, that's the interesting one. I can't really control that. It's just going to jump to whomever. There we go. I'm jumping right in. It's actually a lot smaller than I thought he would be. When I saw screenshots of him, I thought he would be probably 4 times the size he is. I'm a little surprised he's as small as he is. Here's the breath attack. Okay, so you can't target the miasma. Well, that person's standing in the water and has no issues. So we have a little more room than it seems. kind of funny. The people are so confident in this battle that we started a man short. Or a woman short. We started a player short. Okay, I got hit with one of the 1 stacks. I got hit with a double stack. Okay, so it looks like the miasma dies after a short while. I've seen it twice now where a player has run away from it. It moves pretty fast though. I don't know if I could outrun it because I don't have that speed trait on my current warlock. Okay, I just got hit with a 4 stack. Okay, it looks like how we're dealing with miasma explosions is if they do explode, we're pretty much all in a close area to each other, except melee, but all the range, most of us are close together, and we're just doing AoEs. He's at 10%. Eight. We got a tank down. 5%. It looks like the damage only occurs if people are within range of it. But I could swear I see people taking damage from it. Not too hard to do. Kind of tank and spank.
And tear my flesh, but wounds are trivial.
Oh, I see. The water does do dot damage to you.
Your abilities.
Really? He just walked right into the enemies. I had a feeling that might happen. The Fury Warrior just stood there and let the enemies attack him. That was funny, actually. Unexpected, but also very funny. Whoa. Okay. I think it was these guys that killed us before. Okay, the healers are on it this time. So when we died last time, I think that was just a fluke. Because the healers are definitely on us when we take damage now. Damn him and his charge attacks. Almost ran off the ledge. That attack doesn't seem to do much damage, but it does knock you down. And he seems to randomly target people as far as I can tell. Oh my god, these guys again? Not good, we got the big guy here too, and we're not finished with these guys. So the trash is pretty hard in this wing. Unexpected, but... Well, actually, I did expect it, but then it seemed easy. But then it wasn't. Alright, so it looks like we're making the way down. Honestly, it looks like an esophagus we're working our way down.
I am the darkness within.
Alright, this guy is Drest'agath.
And accept my embrace.
All damage dealt to Drest'agath while not affected by void-infused ichor will be regenerated. Somebody pulled a bunch of other mobs. Okay. Okay, so his tentacles are going to burst with ichor upon death, leaving pools nearby. Touching these pools will cover the player in void-infused ichor for 30 seconds and applies umbral aversion. All damage dealt by a player afflicted by void-infused ichor cannot be healed by Drest, so we have to basically make sure we have the ichor on us while damaging him. Destroy appendages can trigger throes of agony. He begins flailing agony, inflicting 20,000 nature damage every 2 to 10 seconds. He's got a lot of abilities. Void Glare. He launches a beam of void energy, inflicting 37,000 damage every 0.5 seconds to everyone it hits. This triggers all eyes to also cast Void Glare. Okay, so all these abilities are more powerful based on the number of tentacles that are up. Or the number of appendages, which I guess are these eyes. But there could be, like, little stringy things too. The little tentacles without eyes. Okay, so we're doing pull number 2. The first pull, things were kind of messy, but we did manage to get the boss down to 27%. So we're gonna do another pull of this boss. It is chaotic, but it wasn't too bad. We had some people leave and some new people come in, including a new tank. At least I think one of them was a new tank. But apparently the off tank who's dealing with the tentacles needs to drop a seed, which makes them do more damage. Why is this person getting attacked? I don't know. Okay, so I've got the seed on me now. It's, if you're on desktop, you have labeled seed. It's a little purple icon on the right-hand side below all of my buffs. That is the ooze or whatever that's on me. He's supposed to hit this guy with the void seed, but he's supposed to hit the tentacle, not the eyes. The eyes are easy to kill. Oh yeah, the seeds help tremendously. Okay, now we're organized. We understand how to do this. People are actually targeting the tentacles in the eyes when they should be. Got this on me again. We've got a healer dead. think it was a good move me resing that healer. Even though we're really good with damage mitigation right now, I think we need every healer we can get, to be totally honest. Technically, I shouldn't be attacking him with without the Ichor on me, but either it's more forgiving that way, or oh god, now he spawned a whole bunch of these. I'm going to heal a bit. Save the healer some time. He's at 15%. We're doing even better than our first pull. This is very chaotic, and I must admit, it looked stressful. But we were doing really well until the phase switch, which I'm guessing was around 20% he switched. And all these tentacles popped up at once. That got a little bit stressful. Like, what am I supposed to do? There's too many. But it looks like we just carved out a space on this side for us to be. And he's dead.
You claw my flesh.
Ooh, I got a ring.
Eternal.
430 ring, 20 corruption increase. 2 rings I have are better though. Okay, so our third pull, we had a troll pull first time, ended up wiping us. We ended up kicking him after that because he became very abrasive. Now we had the second run. Everybody kind of understood how it went, but not quite. So there's a few tips here and there because people were standing behind the tank and too close to the tank at times, and a whole bunch of people got wiped out in SWATs. So I think we all have a good idea of how it works now. So basically, we're going to fight him. It's going to look like he's dying very quickly, but what ends up happening is when he gets down to almost 0 health, he'll disappear into the ground, and then these doorways will open up and show these eyed pustules, and we have to attack them and destroy them. And then he will pop back up full health, and we have to burn him down again until he disappears again, then another eye, and then another eye. So we got to do it 4 times. But in addition to that, we're going to be dealing with these explosive AoEs. It's going to be this red circle around a whole bunch of players. We all basically are spreading out to avoid hitting each other. I don't know if it spreads if you hit other people, but I know it does do damage. So in addition to that, there's slimes, like the miasmas in the previous battle, or in the first battle. There's slimes that are going to be tracking people. And I believe when they die, they leave this purple dot on the ground. And in the last pull, we had the purple dot everywhere. Like, the ground was covered in it. And I think it was from the slimes. I didn't have a chance to actually read up on the boss because they jumped right into the battle. Like, the first 2 times, they jumped right into the battle immediately. But the biggest thing was we lost a whole bunch of players to people standing near the tank. So he's put markers down where you see the X and the skull. Put those markers down and tell us to stay away from those two areas.
Falls upon you. I see the corruption within.
Okay, so it looks like the dots are from the eyes, not from the miasma. So whoever's getting targeted either has to stay still or try to put the dot in a specific location. So if you see a green beam attached to you, it's going to start dropping dots on the ground, and wherever you run, it's going to drop the dots wherever you run. Which is then now makes sense why we had the purple everywhere.
Away to expose rot.
So this is like the pustule eye thing. Okay, so we're controlling the dots a little better than we were before. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hug this area, stay nice and close to it in case I do get targeted.
I see the corruption within.
There we go. I managed to stack the ray on a whole bunch of existing purple dots. Purple pools.
Falls upon you. I see the corruption within.
There we go. I'm going to stand in here, so when it targets me again, I can stack even more. And I'm sure it'll target me again. I guess there's a chance it won't, but if I get targeted by a slime, I'll have to move.
Flesh peels away to expose rot.
Alright. We're doing really well so far. The healers are on the ball. They know what to expect now. I think, like me, we have a whole bunch of players. Probably, I would say more than half the group. This is the first time in here. Uh-oh. Somebody left a trail of this stuff in a wide arc. I'm going to stand right here.
I see the corruption within.
If I get targeted, I'm going to move backwards instead of forwards, because the melee, they're going to have even less space to move.
Falls upon you. I
actually get targeted this time. 2 other people did, but it came pretty close to targeting me. Funny thing is, I haven't been targeted by a single slime yet. Is that 5%?
Flesh peels away to expose rot.
Everybody's all spread out with these dots. Oh crap, I don't have it on me, but everybody else does. Alright, last time, I guess. I'm gonna take the exact same spot I had before. The tank very clearly said, do not stand behind him. People are still standing behind him. Okay, if that mage beside me to my right gets targeted, I have to move from here. I'm just being silly with where I'm currently standing. Gotta heal myself up. I don't think I have any healers within range of me. That's okay. Healer help me out with a heal.
I see the corruption within.
Is that 40%? Wow, I'm getting targeted by a lot of slimes. I'm a little shocked. 20%.
I see the corruption within.
Done.
Good work, champions. The world was better off without Ny'alotha and his maddening whispers. Oh, take heed. His prophecies were meant to drive his victims insane. Now that he's gone, just put them out of your mind for good.
Contamination sanitized. Anchor deployment initiated.
And it looks like with that we are done. I finished this wing, so that's 3 wings done. Now I believe we have to wait quite a while, I think, for the next wing, which is Ny'alotha himself. but I think we're ultimately done. Yes, we're finished the wing entirely. But thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. It went a bit longer than I thought it would, but I will see you in the next video. But I don't think the Ny'alotha raid, the 4th wing, I don't think it'll be available for a while. I'd have to double check the date on it, but I think it's either 3 weeks or a month later. It could be a bit longer. But I knew there was like a huge gap between the 3rd wing, the 3rd wing and the final wing, which is Ny'alotha himself. So whenever that's available and people can do it and complete it, I'll record it and post it on my channel. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you very much for hanging in there to the end of the video. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the little bell button so you know when I post the next video. And don't forget to comment and let me know what you thought of the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.